Hey Bears fans, big video planned for you guys, big weekend of some Chicago Bears news to react to. But hey, first, want to remind you guys, subscribe because this is the time to get in on the action because training camp is here. We're going to have a lot of news and rumors to break down from that over the next several weeks. So hit that big red button and subscribe. I'll keep pumping out videos just for you guys. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Let's go ahead and jump on into today's Bears Rumors Roundup. Aaron Rodgers, will he be playing with the Green Bay Packers this year? I'm going to leave this one at 2 smoking Jays, despite report from Ian Rappaport. I'd call it more of a maybe connecting dots here. We'll have to wait and see. He does report that Aaron Rodgers has indicated to people close to him that he does plan to play for Green Bay this season. Sources say that is the expectation. Many factors are at play, but with GM Brian Gutekunst saying he is hopeful for a positive outcome, there is at least a glimmer of optimism. That sounds like a lot of he said, she said, hopeful type of stuff. I will say this. The clock is ticking for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision because I think the Packers have made it pretty clear that they're not going to trade him this offseason. I don't think that's going to happen. They can save way more money if they trade him next offseason. So I think they are in a spot where they're saying, okay, Aaron, ball's in your court. You want to play this year or not? It's kind of up to you. There's rumors, he might retire, all kinds of stuff going on. And obviously this impacts the Bears greatly because if Aaron Rodgers is there, the NFC North is much harder to navigate. If he's not, it's very much more a winnable division here in 2021. So predict it for us. Will Aaron Rodgers play with the Packers this year? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in on this one. Will Aaron Rodgers be back playing in Green Bay this season? Now, him and Davante Adams kind of teased us over the weekend where they posted that Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, kind of the last dance photo, each of them on their Instagram stories, and everybody's like, oh, is this year the last dance, or has the last dance already happened? What's going on in Green Bay with the dynamic duo of Rodgers and Adams? And by the way, Adams and the Packers have stopped contract negotiations, so he will be a free agent next year. If I had to pick, I would guess he's going to play at this point. We'll see when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, which obviously he has just tormented the Bears throughout his entire career in 25 career starts, 55 touchdowns, just 10 picks, a 20-5 record. This guy has been very difficult to beat over the years since he's been in Green Bay, but look, it is what it is, right? This is what you have to do when you are the Chicago Bears. You got to play whoever is in front of you. I will say this, Justin Fields versus Aaron Rodgers would be fun. I would like to see this before Rodgers bails from the NFC North. Would it be easier for the Bears to navigate the division without Rodgers? Absolutely. Am I going to be happy if he's not in Green Bay? No doubt about it. But if he is, if we get Fields versus Rodgers once or twice, that'll be fun, too. I think that would be a good time between, one of the up-and-coming quarterbacks in the NFL against arguably still the best quarterback, if not the second or third best, in Aaron Rodgers. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Predict it. Who's going to win the NFC North? Is it going to be the Bears, Packers, Lions, or Vikings? Type CHI, GB, DET, or MIN, depending on which team you believe will win the North this upcoming season. Now, regardless of what Aaron Rodgers does in Green Bay, if this is his last year or if he's already done, Justin Fields ain't going anywhere anytime soon, which is why you should get his jersey right there at chatsports.com/Fields1. You see the link down below. We'll have that link in the comments and the description. We got the navy ones. We've got the white ones. I personally got the orange ones because I think they pop the best, but whatever ones you want. We've got the T-shirts as well if you're on a budget. chatsports.com/Fields1. Get your Justin Fields shirt or jersey right away because, hey, number one, he's going to be a beast for a long time. Let's keep it rolling here. Allen Robinson, is he going to play more slot receiver this year? 4 smoking Jays, baby. I don't think there's any doubt. Bear down on this one because after the Anthony Miller trade, which we'll talk about a little bit here since I was at a bachelor party this weekend and all the Bears news dropped while I was out of town. Here's what happened. Anthony Miller to the Texans for a late-round pick swap. We'll see what that ends up being. Could end up being on how well Anthony Miller performs this upcoming season, which, hey, the writing was kind of on the wall, right? He was going to have to prove it this year anyway. If you can get a pick or a pick swap for him, then, hey, I guess that's better than nothing, right? What was your one-word reaction to Anthony Miller getting traded? Let me know down in the comments. For me, it's kind of like, okay. I was kind of hopeful maybe he'd have a bounce back year this year, but when you look at the Bears depth chart, you've got plenty of bodies. You've got Robinson and Moody, who are obviously going to be your top two guys. You added the speedsters in Damiere Byrd and Marquise Goodwin, and now you got Daz Newsome as well, and now this gives Riley Ridley and Javon Wims a chance to compete and earn a roster spot as well, with Anthony Miller no longer in the fold. It just didn't work out here for whatever reason with him the past couple of years. Now, when you shifted the discussion point to Allen Robinson playing more slot receiver, I believe he will play a lot of slot, and you're seeing a lot of teams do this. They put their number one receiver in the slot to create mismatches with nickel corners or linebackers or safeties or whatever it is. You put burners like Mooney and Byrd on the outside, they're 4-3 guys. Allen Robinson in the slot, mismatch guy against slot cornerbacks. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. He's going to play more slot this upcoming year. We've already seen A-Rob line up in the slot a decent bit over the past couple of seasons, but I would expect that number to go even higher here in 2021, which, hey, what is modern offense all about? Creating mismatches. Allen Robinson on a nickel corner, that's an absolute mismatch. On a safety, an even more mismatch. A-Rob in the slot is a no-brainer. That's what teams are doing more and more of. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially with the speed the Bears add. You can line those guys up on the outside and see if they can beat safeties over the top, which we already know Darnell Mooney can with pretty good consistency. The question now is, because the answer to this question won't be Anthony Miller, who will be the Bears' number 3 receiver? And don't focus position-wise, slot, outside, whatever. After Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, who's going to be that number 3 guy? Damiere Byrd, Marquise Goodwin, Daz Newsome, Ridley, Wims, still a lot of competition, even though Anthony Miller is no longer in the fold. Predict it in the comments who will be the Bears' number 3 wideout this year. Now, basketball fans, especially you Bulls fans, NBA draft gets going this Thursday night. I know the Bulls lost their first-round pick, but they have a second-round pick, and if you're just a huge fan of the NBA, we're going to be live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. Bears Now would not be possible without Chat Sports and our main YouTube channel, so subscribe, check it out. We'll be live at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The draft will start at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Find out who the Bulls take in the second round. Maybe they're involved in a draft day trade. It'll be a whole lot of fun. Hey, maybe you guys aren't Bulls fans either. Maybe you got another team that you're excited to watch in the draft. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV this Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The draft actually gets going at 8. Final story here. How about cutting Jimmy Graham? One smoking Jay on this one, and the reason I wanted to bring this one up is, of course, and you guys saw on our YouTube short last night that I did from my house, had just gotten home, that the Bears added a tight end, Jesse James, to a one-year contract. Had a pretty good year a couple of years ago with Pittsburgh, had like 450 yards, more of a blocker than a receiver, but he's shown some ability to do that at 6'7", 250. I like Jesse James. I think this is a guy that will make the roster, but I don't think he really impacts the status of Jimmy Graham in Chicago. If you cut Jimmy Graham, it's not because you signed Jesse James. And at this point, the Bears have really given us no indication that Jimmy Graham's not going to be here. He's a guy that they respect. He's a guy that they value in the locker room. And his on-field production last year was still pretty good. I think Jesse James plugs in. He's your number 3 tight end. And then Jake Butt, J.P. Holtz, Jesper Horsted, those type of guys, they compete for a final roster spot if the Bears carry 4 tight ends. But it's still going to be Kmet, still going to be Jimmy Graham, sprinkling a little Jesse James, who I do think will be an upgrade from Demetrius Harris, by the way, which is very, very valuable. But it'll still be about these two guys at the end of the day. I don't think signing Jesse James means that you're going to release Jimmy Graham. But what do you guys think? Should the Bears cut Jimmy Graham? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Get your votes in on this one. And, hey, we'll see you tomorrow. Live show, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. Subscribe. It's youtube.com/BearsNow.